Hello everyone. Let us move on to the next question here. The below given picture represents which type of endogenous discoloration? So if you can see the image, there is discoloration of the teeth. Okay, it is brownish, reddish brown discoloration of the teeth. Whether it is a tetracycline stain or related discoloration, whether it is porphyria related discoloration, whether it is hyperbilirubinemia related discoloration, or whether it is dentinogenesis imperfecta. Okay, let us see few important things about these MCQ, these options, then we'll go back to the question. Now, what is porphyria related discoloration? See, if you see, basically porphyria is a metabolic disorder in which porphyrins will be deposited. Okay, so those porphyrins will be deposited in the teeth. Because of this deposition, the teeth will be reddish brown discolored. And whenever you use a Wood's light is a source of UV light. If you apply this Wood's light on the teeth, so there will be a fluorescence. That fluorescence will be red fluorescence. So this is a very characteristic feature. So reddish brown discoloration of the teeth which show red fluorescence when exposed to UV light. Your source of UV light is Wood's light example. Then what is tetracycline staining? What is the color that you will see in the tetracycline staining is, if you see these images here. Now this is a classical tetracycline stain where there is yellowish discoloration, light yellowish discoloration. Sometimes it can be slightly brownish discoloration. So tetracycline is an antibiotic which has got a property of chelation. It forms a chelation with the calcium present in the inorganic component of the tooth, and it causes discoloration of the teeth. That is why tetracyclines are usually not given up to 8 years of age. So you should not give tetracycline up to 8 years of age, because whatever the teeth which are forming during that period, the tetracyclines will form a chelation reaction and forms the discoloration, results in discoloration of the teeth. This tetracycline stain, what kind of discoloration it will give is yellowish discoloration, and color may vary up to dark brown. Again, when you use the Wood's UV light, it will show yellow, bright yellow fluorescence. This is a very important. So you will get MCQ sometimes based upon the color of fluorescence. Bright yellow fluorescence is a very characteristic feature of the tetracycline stain. There is one more important discoloration that we should know here: hyperbilirubinemia related discoloration. That means whenever RBCs are broken down more, that is hemolysis occurs, the end product is bilirubin, and that bilirubin can get deposited within the hard tissues of the teeth and can result in discoloration. So whenever this discoloration occurs, usually it results in grayish blue discoloration, blue discoloration of the teeth. This is bilirubin levels. One of the cause, for example, hemolytic anemias. Okay, in all the hemolytic anemias, you can see this. Whenever the level of biliverdin is more and bilirubin is more, then it can lead to the discoloration of the teeth. Coming to this question, coming back to the question here, what question says simply the given picture represents. So now the color, if you come back to the color here, it is basically reddish brown color discoloration. Okay, so we have seen the different colors. Tetracycline stain will show usually the light yellow color, and the bilirubin will be usually bluish tinge will be there. Okay, and dentinogenesis imperfecta will show discoloration, but it will be light brown discoloration. It will not be such a dark brown. Such a dark brown discoloration which will have a reddish hue. So dark reddish brown discoloration is a characteristic feature of porphyria related discoloration. So that's an important point. You should remember that in porphyria, because of the deposition of the porphyrins in the hard tissue, you will see this discoloration, which when exposed under the UV light will show characteristic red fluorescence. Okay, so this porphyria related discoloration, or sometimes they will ask you erythropoietic porphyria. Options they'll give you erythropoietic porphyria. So that erythropoietic porphyria is called by different names. Sometimes sometimes they'll give you options with the synonyms. Or erythropoietic porphyria is also known as Gunther's disease. Okay, Gunther's disease. So erythropoietic porphyria is also known as Gunther's disease. So here the correct option or correct answer will be porphyria associated discoloration.